Welcome to this database translation, part 8 on education source. So this continues our series on translating your search string from PubMed into our different databases and platforms. So we're going to look at education source. So let's go ahead and get started. So we have our initial PubMed search string. So we would need that. I'm just going to go ahead and copy it. And you'll need Polyglot as well. If you don't already have it open, my search string is already here. So we're kind of working off of the same search string. With Polyglot, as you can see, as you're scrolling through this, it does not have an option for education source. So education source is part of our EBSCO platform. If you're not sure what platform, you can come back to apps, go into databases, click on databases here, and then we'll click on E for education source. And then once you come in here, you'll see it says My EBSCO. So this is how you can tell. Or you can also reach out to your library liaison and we can assist with that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and leave education source up because we're going to need to work with that. So because education source is based off of an EBSCO platform, I usually tend to start with CINAHL. CINAHL is a pretty good one to start with if you want to, or you can even start with Sports Discus. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Sports Discus this time. So I'm going to copy that one. I'm going to bring it over into my Word document here. And I'm going to copy it down. So what we need to do, anything with DE here, we need to check. The other thing we need to check is make sure education source also uses the DE for their subject labeling. So let's go ahead and start with mental health services, or mental health, sorry. Start with mental health here. We're going to go back into education source. We're going to scroll down to where it says subjects. And we're going to go ahead and put mental health in and do a search. So we're going to kind of browse through these. We can see one of our next ones comes up. So we can definitely already check that one off. We're still looking for mental health. I'm going to just check the second page just really quick to see if it's coming up. It's not. So at this point, what we can do, so let's go back to the first page, is we need to see what subject heading they're using. So I'm just going to click on this one right here. Since I know this one is one of our terms, I'm going to just click on the box here. I'm going to scroll back up and hit add to search. When you hit add to search, come up to your search box and you can see it's already in a DE. So we don't need to change those. But we do need to go into our search string here and get rid of this DE. So we're going to just highlight it and delete it. And then what we need to do is come up to our concept. So you got to think this has two concepts. So this is concept 2, this is concept 1. So when we're working on this concept, we need to, if we remove one, we need to remove a parenthesis at the front. So we already know mental health services is already in there. So we can continue going through our search string. Okay, so the next one that's coming up is pregnancy. So let's go ahead and do that one. So we're going to go ahead and come down to subjects again. We're just going to go ahead and check the rest of these. Okay, so it's not coming up. That's for prevention. So it's not coming up. So this is another one that we're going to need to go ahead and remove. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove this. And then I'm going to go ahead and remove one up front. And then the next one that we have in our list is right here. Okay, so again, this is another one that's not coming up in our education, which doesn't surprise me because it doesn't really deal with education, but we will go ahead and delete that. And then we're going to go ahead and get rid of another parenthesis. Let me go ahead and check these last two real quick. Yep, that one's not in there. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of this one. And then we're going to check this last one. So we're looking at women's health, we got education. Okay, so this is another one that we can go ahead and get rid of in here as well. So we're going to get rid of that one and we're going to get rid of that parenthesis. So let's look at our last search string down here. We do have two as well. So let's do a quick search on these ones. Okay, so that one is not coming up. So we will then remove this one. Okay, and we're going to get rid of a parenthesis in the front and we're going to check our last one. Okay, looks like the same result as well for this one. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and remove this one as well. Okay, so now we have our translated search string. So we can take this and we can come back into EBSCO or into education source here. Up here, we're going to remove this DE and we're going to put our search string. And then just a reminder, under search options, we need to go down to expanders and remove these two check marks. And then once we do that, we can run our search. And you can kind of see our results here. Again, filter by date if you need to. So you just click on filters and then you'll come down to publication date. And then you can select the last 10 years, or you can also do custom if you are doing a custom. So I'm just going to say last 10 years, hit apply. And now we have our result number. So I can come into my Word document and I can just copy the same format from above. And then we're going to put our number of 83633. So that is how you would translate your search string into education source. If you have any questions or need assistance with this translation, changing your subject heading acronyms, finding them, translating however you need to, reach out to your liaison. We will be happy to help you.